What's good, y'all? Welcome to Rate the Tape. And today we're going to be talking about a potential hidden gem on the Las Vegas Raiders defense. Now, this dude was a UDFA picked up this offseason, and I definitely want to go ahead and talk about him because out of training camp, there's been some noise. He's showing some flashes. He's over there on the defense showing out, and I definitely want to go ahead and give some credit and shed some light on this player because he potentially could be one of those dudes that we can see in this upcoming season. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and hop into this video. And if y'all can, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to rate that like button. Y'all know how we work. And if y'all want to see more videos just like this, hit that subscribe button and go make a play. So without further ado, let's hop into it. So as y'all know, Darien Butler is the dude we're talking about, the UDFA out of Arizona State University. Now, the reason I want to talk about it is because on Twitter, he has actually been coming up in talks throughout this whole training camp. Even before we put the pads on, which today is the first day we put pads on, there was noise coming out about this kid flying all over the field, being versatile, and being in the middle of that defense. Now, just today, when we put the pads on in camp, even more news came out. You put the pads on and you still continue to make noise. So that's just only a good sign moving forward that we may have a potential dude that's versatile, that could be in the middle of the defense, that could play multiple roles in this defense, and that could actually fill a spot in the depth chart. Because after you look at the linebacker spots, you have Jayon Brown, you have Devon Diablo, you have Denzel Perryman. Three guys that we definitely want to depend on when it comes to being in the middle of the field. But at the same time, you always want to have that depth because when we look at the linebacker spots, injuries do occur. If Denzel Perryman goes down, if something that happened to him, or if Devon Diablo or something that happened to him, we need somebody that's going to be able to step up, that's going to be able to run in a versatile role. And I think Darien Butler is able to do that. He's the type of guy that could force fumbles, get interceptions, get to the quarterback on the blitz, and that could definitely drop back in coverage. The way Patrick Graham runs defense, as we've shown, if you guys haven't seen it, I do have pinned in the comments how Patrick Graham runs his defense. He could have linebackers in the double A gap. And I did give this reference of Paul Guenther, and it's not in a negative light, but Paul Guenther did run multiple defenses. He ran a lot of different stuff, gave a lot of different looks. It was just on the coaching on how to simplify so they can actually understand on what to do on every individual play. Now, when you look at Darien Butler's skill set, he doesn't actually have all the best tangibles. He's not the strongest. He's not the fastest. And I wouldn't say he's not really the biggest either. He's 6 foot, 225 pounds, give or take, and he's a linebacker. So as a linebacker, that's somewhat kind of small, but at the same time, seeing how the NFL has actually been transitioning, and the last 40 time I've seen for Darien Butler was actually a 4.7. I think that was on the ASU site. But to dig a little bit deeper, we have a new linebacker coach in Antonio Pierce. Antonio Pierce was a former linebacker in the NFL. We know him playing on the Giants. And in recent time, he was the defensive coordinator for ASU. So he has familiarity with Darien Butler. He knows who this kid is. And if that doesn't help Darien Butler make the roster, if that doesn't help him progress and kind of have his name already in the heads of the personnel amongst the Raiders, that only gives him more fuel to actually make the team. So I'm excited to see what this dude is able to bring to the Raiders because having a versatile guy like him is going to be real fun. I know Devon Diablo is versatile, and so is Jayon Brown in some sense, but at the same time, we have to have that depth at linebacker. Now, when you look at the depth chart, we do have certain guys on the depth chart, and some of these guys could potentially start or be above Darien Butler, as it says on the depth chart here. But that's just the case of right now. There's about 88 to 90 people on the roster as we speak. And when it's time to cut people down, Darien Butler may not be cut off. He may be able to jump on these other dudes. Maybe it's Kenny Young that gets knocked off the list. Maybe it's Akashi that gets knocked off the list. Because Darien Butler, he does have that youth. He does have that contract to where it's a lot cheaper than having to pick up a veteran guy because a veteran guy could potentially get a couple mil versus a rookie coming in just trying to make the team. And if he has the tangibles that our defense needs, that a Patrick Graham needs, to where he could line up in the A gap, he could be on that second level, he could line up on the edge, he could blitz, He could drop back in coverage. He can get to the quarterback easily, and he's able to get interceptions. That's a versatile linebacker that you would want in the middle of your field as a depth piece. Now, to go on, I would hope to hear more coming out of camp from him to continue to develop this, so this story can continue to develop, and hopefully his position and his spot on the depth chart continues to go up. I would love to hear more coming from him, and I would also love to see him on the field. So in this preseason, let's keep that mental note of Darien Butler when he goes out there on the field preseason, and let's see what he has to bring to the Las Vegas Raiders, because I think he might be a hidden gem for us going forward. So if y'all like this video, if y'all can, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Appreciate y'all tuning in to Rated Tape. Until next time, y'all, peace.